Hi, I'm Larry Menti. This is Jersey Matters. A proposed standardized test has stirred up quite a controversy in the state of New Jersey. Here now to talk about it is Tracey Severns, the Director of Student Performance at Mount Olive School District. Yes. Thanks for being here. And Susan Cauldwell, Executive Director of Save Our Schools New Jersey Community Organizing. The Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers. That's PARCC. It's quite a mouthful.
Yes.
Does it do exactly that? I mean, that's a big promise in a small acronym.
Yes, that is its intention, is to truly take advantage of the backwards planning that would begin by asking what college and careers ask of kids, and then determine what they need by the end of, need to know and be able to do by the end of 12th grade and 11th and 10th and 9th and 8th, all the way down, so that we can make sure that as we move from grade to grade, we keep all of our kids with us.
So it measures a child's progress, is what you're saying, from grade to grade.
Right, and so we look at at skills and knowledge, and as that evolves over the years, aligned with the Common Core, and it gives us a chance to provide remediation to kids who are struggling and enrichment to kids who are ready for a next level of challenge.
And that's the only assessment? The only assessment is for the students? It's not for the teachers in the school district?
Well, the assessment is, of course, administered to the students, and the way that the current teacher evaluation system is set up is that 10% of a teacher's summative rating would be associated with the performance of their students.
So so the pressure's on the teacher to make sure they do well on this test, or it's going to hurt their standing?
Well, there is responsibility. So 10% out of 100%. So 90% is still the administrators observing in the classroom, seeing how teachers do. So if you draw the pie, 10%
is, right? No.
So yes, so administrators are looking to support teachers, and teachers are looking to support students.
It all sounds pretty good.
It does, it does, but PARCC is unproven. We've had a small field test last year. About 1 million students were field tested on only parts of PARCC. We have absolutely no idea how our students did. Not one question's been released, results haven't been sent back to districts. My group is very concerned about the amount of time that PARCC is taking out of the classroom. This relentless focus on data and tying a teacher's evaluation to these test scores means that districts are focusing heavily on English.
She said only 10%.
Well, it's 10% now. It started out at 50. It was taken down to 30. It's down to 10 now. We fully expect it to increase as the years go on, up to as much as 50%.
So you're saying you believe that the intent is to bring the percentage down just to make sure that the test is taken, and then once it's administered, the percentage would go back up?
Well, I'm saying that I think the department has heard very loud and clear from the teachers that it's an unreasonable standard just starting the test, and that that was the compromise that they reached.
But I think that is the controversy, isn't it? It's aside from it being a standardized test and rating our children just by testing, part of the controversy is that the way we should rate our teachers and decide funding for school districts, because then all they're going to do is try to get testing, to test scores up.
Right, and we've seen already that some districts are ditching things like recess and science and social studies in order to focus on preparations for English language arts and math. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but New Jersey has had standards for almost 20 years. We've done very, very well on just about every measure nationwide. We have a great system. We know how to educate students. The question is, after 10 years of No Child Left Behind tests, which didn't move the needle at all as far as student achievement is concerned, do we need longer, harder, more expensive tests?
So, you know, and it's interesting, the idea of well, how well are we doing? And I think we have some very serious issues to solve for. So if you talk to people in industry, and I've certainly had the opportunity when I was Chief Academic Officer to hear from people of the Chamber of Commerce who said, we want to hire students in America. We don't want to import employees, and yet they struggle to find employees with the knowledge, skills, and the dispositions to do the work that's asked. And when you look at the performance of students in New Jersey's colleges, it really causes us to question how well we are doing. Because, I mean, just today I was sharing with teachers statistics that indicate that an astounding percentage of our students who go to 2- and 4-year colleges need to take remediation. And what that does is it costs them time. It does, because you know what? 4 out of 5 students who go to colleges and universities in New Jersey today graduate high school with a 3.0. So how do you reconcile the fact that you could be getting good grades in high school and then not be prepared to work and not be in a position that would allow you to achieve financial independence within, let's say, 5 years, and to go to college without remediation? So the idea is that when we see whether students know and are able to do the kinds of things that college and careers say kids need to do upon post-secondary graduation, and we just kind of see how they're doing along the way, that we can ensure that more of them who go to school graduate career and college ready. And I think that is a very real issue to solve for.
Is the fear of parents that their student just won't do well on a test that they don't really know about? Is it the fear of the unknown and how it's going to affect my child?
I think it's a couple of things. I think it's the goal of parents to have a rich, diverse curriculum for their children. That includes language arts, math, music, sports, everything that a comprehensive
But this doesn't preclude that, though, does it?
Well, it does. We believe that
it just doesn't test it, doesn't preclude it.
Well, but it also narrows the curriculum because the focus now is going to be on English, language arts, and math. And we see that districts that struggle, and they're mostly in minority and poor communities, are the districts that are cutting back on those things that bring joy to education. I served on a board of education. Our philosophy was to create a community of lifelong learners. This PARCC and Common Core are trying to get kids ready for college and careers. For Tracey to reference the Chamber of Commerce, that's not who we should be thinking about when we're talking about educating our children. Let the companies who want to hire these kids train them the way they need them to be trained. It's not the role of the public schools.
There should be no training before then?
We need to educate students in the broadest way possible and to create a love of learning that keeps them in school. And we need to make sure that schools have the resources they need to do that job. Since 2010, according to the School Funding Reform Act, schools have been underfunded by $6 billion in New Jersey. That's a catastrophic loss. In addition, PARCC and Common Core.
And I'm going to have to, we're just running out of time, and I want to give you a chance to respond.
That's
okay.
I believe and I think the opportunity with the Common Core is really to engage kids in opportunities to learn across disciplines, that really, whether you look at art, music, phys ed and health, social studies, science, there is a written record of the field in every discipline.
And it's not the intention to get rid of those
not
things?
Not at all. That done well in social studies, we wouldn't just orient toward how many died on what hill, under whose leadership, but to describe why that hill was worth dying for. And the idea is when children have the opportunity to read primary sources and write about their understandings, that's good work. And so the Common Core says that when you're in music and in art and in cosmetology or cabinetry, there's a written record of every field, and we just want for kids to be able to read it.
Okay, thank you so much. I do appreciate you both being here. We're going to continue the conversation about PARCC with several other people who are involved in it, including a reporter from the Asbury Park Press, as Jersey Matters continues.